Okay, predictably, I couldn't leave it alone, so I'm working on this. Just welding together a couple of battery boxes. There's one there, one there. They're gonna sit at the back. Unfortunately, that's all best I can do. I've got a 24-volt solenoid, and it occurred to me that I can use. I've got some booster cables lying around, and I can just cut up those and use those for battery wires. I don't have to wait until I go into Waterloo on Friday. So I'm gonna probably once again by the end of the day today I'll be out motoring around. And of course, with anything electrical, it's always nice to be, you know, motoring around on a nice rainy day. Anyways, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna weld these pans in, drill a couple of holes in the frame to mount this. I'll put a couple of oh geez, what are those things called? Rib nuts in it to hold that in place, and then I guess I'll go and cut up a booster cable. Okay, there we go. V2.0. Both batteries on board. A wheelie bar after a fashion. Heavy duty cable. No more spade connectors. All connections are any of the loop connections like these ones are all soldered directly to the loop. 24-volt solenoid. Switch to, you know, for it. It draws about 300 milliamps. We'll see if that becomes a problem. Dog. Not so stinky a dog as one of the other ones, but nevertheless. Dog. No seat on it. I was thinking about, well, basically been thinking about quite a few of the things that have been said here. And obviously the solenoid was a big one. And I found one, and so it's on there. Heavier duty cable. PDQ something or other. Fuck, I can't remember. But anyways, he was talking about that it's a lot harder to balance with the seat than it would be just, you know, if you were standing on like a big skateboard. So I'm going to try it like this at first. We'll see how we go here. And what was it? Jev was talking, you know, I just saw an email. I just when I went inside and had a quick bite to eat. You know, saying definitely do the solenoid, move things back, you know, because it was too much weight on the front, and it was having a problem with the torque. And I think I was shooting myself in the foot with one thing when I was only using it with one battery. These are 24-volt motors, and by the way, I was wrong about the rating. They're 36 amps a motor, not 28 amps, I think I said to Ziggy. But 36 amps a piece, so there's potentially, you know, like 72 amps, you know, which would be the rated power for these motors, and you know, surge certainly could be a lot higher. You know, like the controller is good for 60 amps a channel rated and 120 amp surge, so it's not going to be the problem. It's always going to be my wiring that's going to be the problem. So as it sits right now, all the wiring I can do something about is as heavy gauge as I can get. I cut up one of my old jumper cables here. It's a little shorter, but could be still used. But you'd really need a very close car. No worries, I can buy a new one, and I got another one anyways. I really rambled, don't I? Okay, so we're all ready here to go. I'm going to roll this thing out into a flatter spot of the yard and see how it goes. The tail is more of a temporary thing here, and it's clamped on at the front fairly hard, but this zip tie here is just to hold it up so it doesn't keep dropping down and dragging even when I'm not popping a wheelie. So I'm going to try it like this, ride it like a skateboard, see how that goes, or maybe I'll just try and lead it around like I was doing before. I mean, it might be a smarter idea. That's not where the control box is going to go, obviously, because it's going to interfere with the switch. It's also covering up one of the seat holes if I do put the seat back on here and not just a big plank of wood. But I'll have to find it. That's the only thing that I don't have a good place for it right now. Anyways, I think you guys want to see some action. I got no filmmaker. Vicky has started a new 12-hour shift, so I got nobody to video. So I'm gonna try one before I show you guys, and then I'll try it afterward. So you'll miss the big explosion if I screwed up on something. Okay guys, I did just a couple of quick trials here, and I realized I went and I decided to go back to the old way of mounting the accelerometer, which meant that I had to reverse both motors again. And I also forgot that meant that I had to go and change the calibration. But I'll just show you something that I'm sure you'll find entertaining. Just a quick race, and then we'll go fix that and try again. One, two, three, four, five. Seems a little fast. Okay, hopefully you saw that. As I said, seems a little fast. So I'm going to have to sort out the calibration again, and then we'll try again here. But nevertheless, it's going to promise to be one fast little unit here. Okay, let's try this again. I had to rehook up the motors there, so this really is try number 2. And like I said before, it's getting dark enough that this is probably going to be the last try. Camera actually is pretty good in low light. Looks a lot brighter than it actually is. Anyways, let's go to it. Well, I'm not sure that it's actually balancing, and it sure as hell works like an ejector seat as soon as you let go of the dead man switch, because every single time it's launched me. But I've landed on my feet and running. My steering is reversed, and that's because I went and I swapped those motors around, and I moved the gyro around. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I'll have time enough to do another run tonight, but I'm going to try. I'm going to drive it back into the shop. You'll see part of that anyways, and go from there. There you go. One more try, hopefully. Okay, so I ran out of daylight. It's just a little too dark to see anything, but I just tried a quick run. I'm still fooling around with which way I want the motors to work, and that was a resounding failure. this test that you guys didn't see. Nevertheless, I'll probably put it back the way it was, and then I guess I'll tweak the numbers, but I'm not going to worry about it until tomorrow. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully that was a good laugh.